Welcome to Copenhagen, the capital and largest city of Denmark. A city where centuries of history meet some of the most progressive urban planning in the world. Originally founded as a small Viking fishing settlement in the 10th century, Copenhagen became Denmark's capital in the early 15th century. Today, the city has a population of around 660,000 in the municipality and 1.4 million in the urban area. Copenhagen is the political center of Denmark. Christiansborg Palace houses the Danish Parliament, the Prime Minister's office, and the Supreme Court, making it one of the few buildings in the world that contains all three branches of government. Denmark remains a constitutional monarchy, with the royal family residing at Amalienborg Palace. The city is internationally recognized for its commitment to sustainability and climate policy. Copenhagen aims to become one of the world's first carbon-neutral capitals, and is known for its extensive cycling infrastructure, with bicycles often outnumbering cars in the city center. Public transportation includes a modern metro system, S-trains, buses, and Copenhagen Airport, the largest airport in Scandinavia. Culturally, Copenhagen is a global hub for architecture, design, and gastronomy. The city is also home to leading universities, major pharmaceutical and clean tech companies, and a thriving culinary scene that has influenced modern Nordic cuisine. Its urban layout emphasizes pedestrian zones, green public spaces, and waterfront access, contributing to its consistently high rankings in global quality of life surveys. Copenhagen is an art lover's destination, offering a mix of world-class art museums, historic collections, and contemporary exhibition spaces. Located within Tivoli Gardens is a luxurious 5-star boutique hotel, the Nimb Hotel. Fru Nimb is a charming Danish eatery located inside the iconic Tivoli Gardens in central Copenhagen. It specializes in smørrebrød, the classic Danish open-faced sandwiches crafted with seasonal, locally sourced, and often organic ingredients. The restaurant draws its name from Louise Nimb, a celebrated 19th-century Danish chef and cookbook author. Following her legacy, her daughters opened the original Fru Nimb in Tivoli Gardens in 1909. Meet Chef Magdalena as she explains some of the smørrebrød dishes we had for lunch.
So, my name is Magdalena. I'm a head chef at Fru Nimb, which is placed in Tivoli Gardens. We are part of the Nimb Hotel. Our menu is Danish smørrebrød. We serve during the lunch. We use mostly all organic products and seasonal based products. Also, all our fish are coming from Denmark, from different parts of Denmark, from the north of Faroe Island. On our menu, we have a lot of dishes, of course. So here we have our lunch serving, which is cured salmon with brown sugar and just salt, and then we top with dill. Then we serve with, in Danish called pale sauce, which is like dill sauce with brown farine made with schnapps and fresh dill inside. Then on top of that we have fresh apples and some dill. This one is homemade marinade herrings with curry and some cognac. Then we serve with apple compote, also adjust with a little bit of curry and apple juice, creme fraiche and soft-boiled eggs.
The National Gallery of Denmark is also known as Statens Museum for Kunst, or SMK in Danish. SMK owns the nation's largest art collection, comprising over 200,000 works of art. The collection was originally founded as the Royal Collection, meaning that it was the private property of the Danish kings, but with the introduction of democracy in Denmark in the mid-1800s, the king's art collection was given to the people. That gift eventually became SMK. The original building dates back to 1896, built in the Italian Renaissance style. Later in 1998, a more modern extension was added. The two parts of the museum are connected by a glass-covered street of sculptures. This exhibition provides an overview of 500 years of art. Geographically, the exhibition spreads out over the European continent with highlights from Dutch, Flemish, Italian, French, Spanish, and German art. The collection is the oldest in Denmark and has its roots in the private collections of the country's kings. Filipino Lippi was an Italian Renaissance painter. He worked in oils, tempera, and fresco, mostly painting religious subjects, with a few portraits and secular allegories or scenes from classical mythology. The Virgin of the Rocks refers to two oil paintings by Leonardo da Vinci. One version is housed in the Louvre in Paris, and the other is at the National Gallery in London. This painting is a 17th century copy based on Leonardo da Vinci's original. Rosenborg Castle in Copenhagen was built by King Christian IV as a royal summer residence. Construction began in 1606. And between 1613 and 1624 the building was expanded into a three-story castle in the Dutch Renaissance style, with red brick, sandstone details, and copper spires. By 1624, it was known as Rosenborg, meaning Castle of the Rose. Christian IV used the castle often and died there in 1648. His successors stayed there occasionally, but by the early 1700s Rosenborg was no longer a main royal residence. Rosenborg Castle was open to the public as a museum. It now houses the Danish crown jewels, royal regalia, and historical artifacts from the monarchy. This marked the start of Rosenborg's modern function, a museum preserving the history of the Danish monarchy. Among the many rooms in Rosenborg Castle is the bedchamber that belonged to King Christian IV. The wood paneling and the doors date from his time, and the objects all belong to the king. In February 1648, when Christian IV was clearly dying, he requested to be transported, by sled, from Frederiksborg Castle to Rosenborg, so that he could pass away in this chamber. The garden room started as Christian IV's bathroom. Around 1705 to 1706, it was converted into a private chamber for Frederick IV and Queen Louise. It is named Garden Room because of its view and access to the garden. The ceiling painting celebrating the power of wine was done by Benoit Le Coffre. Although named the Marble Chamber, the material used on the walls is imitation marble, a mixture of crushed stone and glue, smoothed and painted to resemble real marble. At the time this was considered more precious than genuine marble. In 1671 Christian V used this very room when first awarding the Order of the Dannebrog, which is a means of honoring and rewarding the faithful servants of the modern Danish state for meritorious civil or military service. Copenhagen is the capital and largest city of Denmark, known for its historic architecture, modern design, and a vibrant culture that blends tradition with innovation. Visitors can explore charming neighborhoods, world-class museums, gourmet food scenes, and enjoy the lively atmosphere of the city's many canals and parks. Located on the quaint harbor in the city center, Copenhagen Marriott Hotel offers 406 spacious accommodations with water and city views. The hotel has the only 170 square meter 5-star suite on the Copenhagen waterfront, the Royal Suite. Amenities include a fitness room, the executive lounge, an outdoor terrace and canal views from the restaurant and bar. Take a tour with Martin Augustsson, the general manager. Learn about the Copenhagen way of life. A balance of Brygge, a concept of coziness and well-being, with a strong emphasis on equality, community, and sustainability.
Most welcome to Marriott Copenhagen and our downtown location here just by the waterfront that you can see out here also. The Marriott Copenhagen is one of the, let's say, few big international hotels in Copenhagen with 406 bedrooms. We also can brag with the biggest rooms in Copenhagen, which starts from 34 square meters in general. On top of that, we of course also have some different restaurants and bars to choose from, or the outdoor terrace that is today on a 30th degrees Celsius, a fantastic place to be seated also for a cocktail sip and overlooking the people that is taking a swim in the very clear water that we have here in Copenhagen. And as you can see outside, you can actually swim and dip from here actually all year round. If you prefer winter swimming, you're welcome to try that at another season of the year. Do have a very relaxed lifestyle. People are working quite much, but very effectively. I mean, we do have, people take great pride in the work-life balance, take great pride in, being there for your family and friends, and a very, in some way, relaxed lifestyle. Also a healthy lifestyle. The most common way to come to work in Copenhagen is by bike.
Smørrebrød is the classic Danish open-faced sandwich, built on a slice of dense, dark rye bread known as rugbrød. It looks simple at first glance, but it is structured, balanced, and often surprisingly refined. Smørrebrød is meant to be enjoyed with beer and snaps. Snaps is a Scandinavian distilled spirit, most commonly known as aquavit. It is clear and strong, usually around 35 to 40% alcohol, and flavored with herbs and spices. How to assemble a smørrebrød. 1. Start with the bread. Use dense Danish rye bread, rugbrød. Slice about ½ inch thick. Lightly butter the entire surface. 2. Add the main topping. Select one primary ingredient and layer it neatly. Choose from smoked salmon, pickled herring, roast beef, shrimp, egg and mayonnaise, and liver pâté. Lay it evenly across the bread, slightly overlapping pieces for full coverage. 3. Add structure and contrast with pickled red onions, radishes, capers, thin cucumber slices or ribbons, crispy fried onions, horseradish cream. These elements should complement the main topping. 4. Finish with a garnish using fresh dill, chives, microgreens, lemon wedge, cracked pepper. Garnish should look intentional and balanced. Smørrebrød is as much visual as culinary. The National Museum of Denmark is the country's largest museum of cultural history, comprising the histories of Danish and foreign cultures. The museum's main building is located a short distance from the center of Copenhagen. It contains exhibits from around the world, from Greenland to South America. The museum covers Danish history, from the reindeer hunters of the Ice Age, Vikings, and works of religious art from the Middle Ages, when the church was highly significant in Danish life.
So my name is Søren Mosgaard Bjørnsen. I'm the head of audience research at the National Museum of Denmark in Copenhagen, which is where we are right now. We're actually standing in the gift shop, the museum gift shop, Not that the gift shop itself is the main attraction. Some of my colleagues would say it is, but we are the largest museum of cultural history in Denmark, located in the center of Copenhagen, and we focus on Danish history throughout the last maybe 20,000 years or so. So prehistory up until recent times. Some of the things that many of our visitors come to see and experience here is obviously Viking heritage, which we have right now, a large exhibition about the Viking sorceress, the Volve, who was what you consider being the seer, or what kind of religious, maybe even a philosopher back in the Viking age. We're a large museum. I would say if you come here, don't try to see it all at once. It's too much. We have almost 60,000 artifacts spread over 4 miles of exhibitions. So that's a bit too much for most people. So I would recommend that anybody who comes to see the museum here would start off with the Viking exhibition and perhaps go also and visit the Danish prehistory exhibition, which is a large exhibition showing history of what would later become Denmark.
In the exhibition Kaching, you can understand how and why money has shaped our society and lives for thousands of years. Earn money on the hamster wheel and play the money game. Sweden has rich copper mines. From 1644 to 1776, the Swedes issued large coins of pure copper. The coin on display is from 1659 and weighs just over 14.5 kilograms. In 1663, the coin would have paid for 4 pigs. Carlsberg Glyptotek was founded by the brewery owner Carl Jacobsen, who was one of the great industrial magnates and art patrons of the 19th century. Carl Jacobsen was a passionate collector. From the profits generated by his brewery Ny Carlsberg, he built a rich collection of art and cultural artifacts. In 1888, Carl Jacobsen and his wife Ottilia gave his art collection to the public and began the building of the Glyptotek to house it. Another exceptional donation followed in 1899, this time of the master brewer's vast collection of antiquities, which led to the building of an entire new wing to the new museum. The name Glyptotek comes from the Greek glyptos, meaning carving or sculpture, and thek for the place where something is collected or displayed. The Glyptotek has been open to the public since 1897 and holds over 10,000 works, primarily divided between ancient antiquities and Danish and French sculpture and painting from the 19th century. The Ny Carlsberg Glyptotek is not a traditional museum. Carl Jacobsen wanted to construct a temple of beauty, in which art could speak to everyone, and in which the architecture would provide a magnificent setting. The Glyptotek's collection consists primarily of works of art and archaeological objects from ancient Egypt, the worlds of ancient Greece and Rome, Etruscan culture, as well as Danish and French art of the 19th century. The modern part of the collection includes French sculpture from the 19th century, featuring a significant selection of works by Auguste Rodin, and French painting from 1800 to 1950, with Impressionism and Paul Gauguin as the absolute stars, plus a collection of Danish Golden Age art.